reward for the people like the Iowa Renewable Fuels Association and its backers that are going to profit from this thing.
The fight over underground pipelines in Iowa is being heard in rural parts of the state as well as the halls of the state capitol. And tonight, supporters of some of those carbon dioxide carrying pipelines are using a newly released study that shows Iowa farmers could lose more than $1 billion a year if they're built. If they're not built, I should say.
The study comes from the group Decision Innovation Solutions, and it was commissioned by the Iowa Renewable Fuels Association. KCRG TV9's Emily Schrod joins us live in the studio with that study and the responses.
Yeah, Beth and Jim, the study says without the carbon dioxide pipelines, Iowa farmers will suffer a devastating loss of income. Farm income could drop by $1 billion, which includes a 75-cent drop per bushel in corn prices.
The impact of this is that we lose a substantial amount of value-added activity in the state, but we also affect the profitability on the farm.
Decision Innovation Solutions study found not having carbon pipelines in Iowa could drive ethanol production to surrounding states, reducing Iowa ethanol production by 75%. That, they say, will have an impact on everyday farmers.
The bottom line impact is for a 1,000-acre farm, it's about $43,000 a year in lost revenue. And that it's a combination of lost revenue and probably some additional cost.
But not everyone agrees with the report.
This study, just like the other study they did, is just fear-mongering. It's PR propaganda that's initiated and paid for by groups that are for the pipelines and stand to benefit from the pipeline projects.
Jessica Mazur, Sierra Club Conservation Program Coordinator, says there's a few reasons to question the study's validity.
It's like the legal disclaimer alone in the report shows that we shouldn't be taking it seriously. It says that there's no representation as to the accuracy or completeness of the data, and it cannot be ascertained with certainty to the extent to which these estimates are entirely accurate.
The entity that paid for the study, the Iowa Renewable Fuels Association, believes the study reflects reality, and the threat of losing a huge sector of Iowa's economy is worth being concerned about.
If we don't align ourselves to be profitable under the current policy and market conditions, and we let the ethanol production migrate out to those areas that do, the study found that would go back to 44% of our corn would leave this state without having any value added.
Now, the Iowa House is considering a bill to stop pipeline companies from using eminent domain to take over rural farmland for their projects. A vote on that bill has not been scheduled, and it may not be considered in this session. In the studio, Emily Schrod, KCRG TV9 News.